Great. Well, welcome everyone. Thanks for being here. My name is Jessica Cole. I'm the Director for Worklife out of HR, and we're going to be presenting on summer care strategies with some great guests that we have here today, and I'll introduce them in a little bit. But before we do, I just want to tell you a little bit about the rules for today's event. If you could please keep yourself on mute. We will be recording today, and if you have some questions, go ahead and put those in the chat. Sebastian is here to help us with managing the chat and coordinating answering of the questions. I think today we'll go ahead and have some questions and answers between the panelists if we can fit it in. But if we're running short on time, we'll go ahead and push those to the end of the panel. And if we run out of time entirely, we'll send you answers after the panel. We have lots of stuff to cover today. So I'll go ahead and quickly get us through our land acknowledgement and then on to introducing our panelists. Our land acknowledgement, UW Worklife, acknowledges that we live and work on the traditional territories of the Duwamish and Coast Salish peoples, and we occupy their land. While we recognize that this acknowledgement does not replace authentic relationships with Indigenous communities, we hope that it honors with gratitude the land and the original inhabitants. And now to introduce our panelists, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Cindy, who will start us off. That darn mute button. I'll go ahead and introduce Cindy. Cindy Lux is our Director of Client Relations with Bright Horizons and is our rep for our Bright Horizons contract. And then we also have Leslie Rome here today. Leslie, did you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. You know what? That was my fault. I disabled the mute function, so that is totally on me. Geez, so sorry.
Oh, well, I'll go
that.
ahead and introduce folks while they're getting that settled. Leslie Rome is the Director of Youth and Teen Programs at UW. Thanks for being here, Leslie. And Ryan Texiera is our Client Relations Manager from KinderCare. Ryan, I do apologize if I mispronounced your last name. If you want to correct me now, I think you look.
You did a way better job than about 90% of people do. And you can say it either Texera or Teixeira. So either way is good. I know a lot of people say Teixeira just because of the Yankees baseball player. It's spelled the same exact way. So either way is good for me.
Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate the grace. Today, we're going to go through Bright Horizons first, then KinderCare, and then we'll do the youth and teen programs here at UW. And then now on to Bright Horizons. Cindy, you want to take it away?
Yes, I can talk now. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I just wanted to take a few minutes and go over the different supports that you have through your Bright Horizons benefits. Summer is quickly approaching us, so I know a lot of you probably have some kids that are going to be out of school and maybe, gaps between school and summer programs. So let's take a look at what you have available to you through the benefit. So through Bright Horizons, you not only have access to the backup care benefit, but you also have a family support marketplace. So a lot of curated resources that can help with academic supports and different enrichment programs. So we'll go through a few of these. So backup care, this can be for your younger kids, this can be for older relatives. This is really meant for when your regular care breaks down. So it can either be planned, like how we mentioned those gaps in summer activities, or it can be unplanned, like you have a nanny that's supposed to come and she calls in sick, or she's on vacation, or it's one of those school closures that you have to be at work, but school isn't in session. So you can either plan for backup care or it can come unexpectedly. A lot of time for the adult elders, it will be unexpected, like maybe there is some surgery and the family member needs a little help in the house for a few days and you're unable to do that. So you can use the backup care for that care for the few days. People can live anywhere within the country. You just put in the area code for the search that we need to do to find care for that area. So your adult relatives do not have to live with you. So different ways that you can get care through the backup care program. First, there's childcare centers. So there's Bright Horizon centers, and then we have a nationwide network of partner centers. I know most people here are located in the Seattle, the greater Seattle area. We do have plenty of choices with Horizons and partner centers in that area. All the centers are licensed and accredited, and most of the centers go through preschool for regular care, and then a lot of the center camps will go through school age. Some of the camps are available year round. Some are only during spring breaks, summer breaks, and winter breaks. So you'll see those come up when they're available when you go to book care. One of the camps that may sound familiar to you is Stephen Kate's camps. So those are available in your area for spring breaks and in the summer. So when you go look to reserve care, we'll show you that in a minute, you will be able to just click center care, and then all the options that are in your area will come up for you, and you can choose your priority of where you would like to place your little one. There's also in-home care. So if for some reason you don't want to go to a center, or if your child's mildly ill and they can't go to school or go to a center, you can use in-home care. So again, a vetted, insured provider network that we're able to look for a caregiver that's going to meet the needs of the days that you need care. And this can be flexible too. It can be daytime, or if you are someone who needs to work at night for some reason, we can cover that as well. And if you have any sort of special requirements, like for adult elders or for your kids, that we need to know about to search for a caregiver that is going to be able to accommodate those needs, please just put that in your request, or you can also call our call center too and talk about that, so we're sure that we find somebody who's going to be able to support you. Yeah, you want to go on next. So we encourage you to register for backup care before you need it. We've made a lot of improvements in the experience to register, but it still takes a couple minutes. So you might as well just get all of your information in there. You can do that by clicking on the URL that you see here and then click backup care. You can also download the app from the App Store, just says backup care, and you can register and reserve care through the app as well. You get 5 days per calendar year to use the backup care. And you can see that you just have a small copay for these uses. So the centers and camps are $20 for one child. If you have more than one child in the center or camp, you will pay a maximum of $35 for that day, and then $8 an hour for in-home care. For that planned care that you have, like the summer breaks, the vacation, nanny vacations, and other things, you can reserve care for up to 90 days in advance. So if you know those dates now for the summer, you can go in there and look for some availability that we've got now. So that's great to know. If you need to cancel, you have to cancel that care 2 business days prior to the reservation, so you don't get charged that copay or get charged that use of your 5-day uses. So make sure that you pay attention to that, and it will be in your reminder as well. And then we have the curated marketplace. So the backup care that we've talked about so far is subsidized by UW. The curated marketplace is part of the benefit because you're a UW employee, but these are all self-sourced and self-paid benefits that you just have discounts and access to. So one of the more popular parts of the curated marketplace is the Sitter City database. So Sitter City is some place that you can go to look for ongoing care for your family, pet care, housekeeping, adult companion care. There's a lot of different things in the Sitter City database. You just put in the type of job that you're looking for, and you'll see all of the providers in your area that are available for that job. And then you do the self-sourcing of that. Along with that, there's a lot of different discounts to tutoring and test prep and enrichment programs. You can see some of the logos of the names in the right hand bullets there. So you access all of these through that URL that we showed before, and you can just search for the type of care or type of benefit that you're looking for, and these will come up to help you. So a lot of great things here all in one place just to help with that family and household support. We do have offered different family webinars throughout the year too. So you can click on, or you can look at that QR code and register for any of these webinars. They're free for you and your family, or really anyone that you think might be interested in it. They don't have to be a UW employee, but just great, great content from some of our experts around some different topics for you. And these are all recorded too. So if you sign up for them and you can't make it, you'll get a reminder that the recording is available and how to listen to it. So yeah, as I mentioned, register today. You can put all your dependent information in there and get everything all ready to go. So when it comes time that you need to reserve care, it's just a few clicks of a button and we will help you find a provider. So I think
Thanks
I might
so
have been a
much,
little
Cindy.
quicker, Jessica, so if there's any questions I can answer.
Yeah, are there any questions from folks for Bright Horizons?
We did
you
have one
confirm that it,
question.
oh,
Sorry
sorry.
to interrupt. From Chris.
I can
They
find
said,
it.
does backup care for age 9 and 11 as well?
Some of these summer camps go up to age 12. Yeah, so check that out.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was absolutely clear, but you can use those 5 uses for backup care for summer camp in the summer too. And so it becomes an alternate option during those summer months.
Yeah, and then if you happen to have used all your backup care days, but you still want to use some of the camps that we've got in our marketplace, like Steve and Kate's will offer a discount. You'll see some discounts there that you're able to use as well.
There's another question from Jennifer about speaking more about Steve and Kate's camp. And I also had the same question, like, what does the discount look like if we're not using backup care for the camp?
It's $10 a day.
I also saw that there was like a $300, like if you buy the season pass or something like that, you get a $300 discount.
Yeah, that could be. I'm sorry, I'm not totally up on what the current discounts are, but if you go to the URL here and click on the Steve and Kate's camps, you'll see everything that they offer for their discounts. And you're also able to look through the search function to find ones that are near you and click on that to read more about that particular location.
Great, thank you. Because I know there's a whole network of locations for Steve and Kate's,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think there might be like 3 of them that are right in the Seattle area. So
Fantastic. Sebastian, were there any questions for Cindy?
I think that was it.
I love your comments. Thank you.
Oh, sorry,
Well,
just one
signing up for
more.
backup care isn't going to cover your summer, but it will be a nice backup option if your summer options fall through, I think is what we're trying to say. But you do get a discount at Steve and Kate's through Bright Horizons if you do want to sign up for the whole summer through Steve and Kate's.
And sorry, one more question. If backup care is covered for up to 5 days, does that mean UW pays for those 5 days?
They subsidize it, so you just pay those small co-pays that we had a few slides back.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah, there we go.
So it's $20 per child. And when you say or $35 per family, is that up to a certain number of children?
3, yeah.
Okay. I also want to acknowledge Way's comment about losing those 10 days that we had in previous years. We're working on trying to get more days. And then Dawn, yes, you are ahead of us. We will get to that in a little bit with Leslie. Okay, great questions. Thank you so much for asking questions, everyone. We'll go ahead and turn it over to Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Jessica. Thank you, Jessica and Sebastian, and everyone at the University of Washington for just putting this together. Like I mentioned before, I'm Ryan Texer, the Client Relations Manager at KinderCare. Real quick, what I wanted to kind of go over today was just the benefits that all the employees at the University of Washington have available through KinderCare, how to access them, what websites and information and links to go to navigate those. So it's more of just kind of a how-to guide on a lot of the benefits that you have available. So kind of just wanted to break it down real quick. All the KinderCare locations are owned and operated internally with KinderCare, so we're not franchising them out to any of our locations, and there's about 1,500 plus locations throughout the US. So if there's any remote workers outside of the Washington area or not close to the campus, you will be able to utilize this benefit to any of the centers near you. And one of the things I did real quick was just do a quick search on how many daycare facilities are within about a 25-mile radius of the University of Washington's campus. And there's a little over 40 of those locations. So if you needed a map or wanted to get an idea of which ones are close by, you can reach out to me directly and I can get you a list of those, what the occupancy looks like, so you're not having to call through 5 different centers if one of them's full. Done that before with other individuals. So by all means, utilize me as much as necessary as well. And then on the next slide, so all the centers follow the latest CDC guidelines. Of having children myself, knowing how important that is with everything we've gone through the past few years. All the centers are cleaned daily, including all the toys and all the other things that the children are using. And if you wanted to get more information and details on kind of the child safety and health guidelines, you can click on the link at the bottom of this slide right here. And I do know Sebastian had mentioned that, pretty sure that these slides will be available to anyone that wants them. So by all means, you can utilize those links, or I have put together kind of a 1-page kind of cheat sheet of the different links and what they are pertain to as well. So going to the next slide, just with what really is the tuition benefit. So it's a 10% discount for all the University of Washington employees will have access to it. It's 10% discount for child daycare, for any of the summer camps, the camps during school break as well. So spring break, winter break, you'll be able to utilize that 10% discount throughout those. And one of the things we added for 2024 was a discount to our Champ Camp Great Outdoors. So it's a lot of outdoor activities, as kind of the title says. So it's things like zip lining, canoeing. The kids will be outdoors all day, burning off all that energy, which having them come home tired is a great thing, especially with our kids. So I can appreciate that. So with the tuition benefit discount at the daycare centers, what you would do in order to access that is, once you've searched for a location and you sign up your child for daycare, just let the center director there know that you are an employee of the University of Washington, and they'll automatically apply that 10% discount to your tuition. So that's all that you would need to do. You don't need to provide any type of information showing that you are in fact an employee with the University of Washington. Just mention it and you'll be able to access it. So that's kind of just from a high level how to utilize that benefit. And then daycare facilities, they are available for children from all the way infants up to 6 years old. For the summer camps, just to give you an idea of what those look like, it's ages 5 to 12, so anything from kindergarten up to about 7th grade. And the nice thing is, and having gone through it with my own kids of signing them up for camps locally, it's a full day camp. So it's from 9 to 4 p.m. and they do have early drop off and late pickup that at no extra charge. From the early drop off can be as early as 7:30 and the late pickup as late as 5:30. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility there as well. And then the nice thing with all of the daycare side facilities and things, they all follow the same type of curriculum. And if there was any individual out there that wanted to get kind of a breakdown of what that curriculum looks like, like I mentioned before, reach out and I can get that and send it over to you individually as well. The next thing that I wanted to do was just how to access the benefit, what you need to do, how to navigate the website, so that way make it as easy as possible. And if there are any questions while I'm going through this at the end, keep that in mind and I'll go through those questions as well. So University of Washington has its own dedicated landing page on KinderCare. So it's the URL up above, just the kindercare.com/UW. When you go there, you'll be able to locate all the centers, go over that health and safety information that I mentioned before, and explore all the different benefits that you have. On the next slide, once you click Find a Center, then what that will bring up is kind of almost similar when you search for anything on Google Maps. You put in your zip code, it'll show you a detailed view if you want to do 15-mile radius, 5-mile radius, whatever it might be, from where you're currently located. It can break that down. And on the next slide, you'll also be able to refine the search to be able to break it down by, how old is your child? Do you need full-time or part-time childcare needs? So that way it can help you navigate the different ones in your location. And what I did was just use the zip code of, near the campus, just of a 5-mile rate or 15-mile radius, just to kind of give you a little bit of idea of just how many facilities are within that area, the Seattle area as well. So you can utilize that as much as you need. And then this is what I was mentioning just a second ago with being able to break it down with, is it before, after day, or after school care? So that was one of the other things that 10% discount does make available to you. There's certain programs that we have with, a lot of times it's the elementary or middle schools in your area. If you, on that bottom right, see where it'll say before, after school care, if you click on that and put your zip code in, it'll bring up just those locations that provide after school care as well. And you can see if there's any availability. So if, both parents are working and unable to, or wanting to extend the daycare while they're in elementary school, you can look to see what programs are available at your child's school at that time. And then once you kind of go into a center, it'll break down all the details. You'll be able to schedule a tour. So if you wanted to just kind of get an idea of what the facility looks like, something that might be interesting to you, you can do it that way. And there is also a promotion going on currently. And I don't think I mentioned it. I mentioned it to Jessica, and I can get over the link for this. It's a free day of daycare where if you wanted to test out a facility, see if it's something that your child enjoyed, you thought was up to par for what your standards are for daycare, you fill out the information, it'll go to that local center, they'll reach out, set up a day where you can have that free day of daycare and be applied to that, and then kind of go from there. And one of the other nice things is on that page on the bottom right, it'll have a live chat feature. So if you had just kind of some quick questions you wanted answered, didn't have the availability to call up a center because you're in the middle of work at your desk, you just had something quick, you can use that live chat feature and get your questions answered online. And then the next slide, what I wanted to do was highlight now with that 10% discount to the Champ Camp Outdoors is kind of just a really quick video of what that looks like. So you can get an idea of what your children will be experiencing while at that camp.
Is everyone hearing audio? Because I don't hear audio.
Yeah, I'm not getting any audio there.
Maybe because you're muted, it might have killed the audio.
Maybe.
When you share the audio, the bottom left, there's a share the sound too. So maybe you need to get out and then get it again. When you share, click the box.
Let me see. Where's the, I see the share in the upper right-hand corner.
You might need to reshare the presentation.
Yeah, get out.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
and
Thank
get it
you.
in the bottom left.
I appreciate the expertise, whoever said that. Ah, I see it, share sound. Much appreciated.
It's a great video though.
Still not
It's
looking.
recording. Do you want me to
Oh,
hold
we can
it?
hear it.
Time to start climbing. Let's go. There's berries. Oh, cool. Look how high we are. Champ Camp rocks. Okay, so we're going up. Come on. Look how big it is. You got this, Natalia. Let's go. We're just gonna go that way and then we're gonna go that way. And let's go. Woo!
You made it! I'm so proud. This is actually pretty fun.
Whoa. Last time I did this, I can get to the top, no problem. This one's just on a whole different level now. That was difficult.
My turn.
But it's fun to jump off. These berries are so good. They're sweet and tasty. Sometimes if they're a little red, they're a little tart. Now to Lake Truly. That is huge. We're making sundials right now. Let's see if it's accurate. Let's go in the sun. Literally though, I'm having so much fun right now. I recommend Champ Camp. Watch it. It was so fun, right? Are you excited? Yes.
That working. So with that specific camp, there's only so many locations throughout the US. So what I did was based on the families that are currently taking advantage of that 10% discount, you'll see on that bottom right, the locations of where the Champ Camp at Great Outdoors is available. So there is one available in near the Bothell campus that you can utilize. So in order to be able to sign up for that, just use that link up above. Put in your information when finding a camp, and it'll bring you right to that location. And if, like I mentioned, if you're outside either in Illinois or Colorado, near any one of those other two, you can take advantage of that as well and apply that 10% discount. And then once you, and then the other type of summer camp that's available is just kind of our standard summer camp. So when you pull up the information, similar to the Great Outdoors one, it'll have a breakdown of what the camps are week to week. So you can just kind of add it to your shopping cart right there, kind of on the bottom left. When you check out, put in the promotional code. If for whatever reason it's not working, let me know, and I'll make sure to get the right code over in order to utilize that 10% discount. So I want to make sure that everyone has that available. If there is anyone that is already signed up for summer camp and hasn't applied it, you can let me know. I will get it to the right individual, so that way that 10% discount does get applied. And what it'll also do is break down where the locations are, the age ranges, the time of the camp. Thank you. Thank you, Kim, or Jane. I appreciate sharing that. And that way you can have all the information of when it starts, where to drop off your child, where the pickup is, the different activities that'll be done throughout that as well. Like I mentioned, early drop off as early as 7:30, and you can pick up as late as 5:30, and it's not going to be any extra fee or charge for doing that. And then here's the regular summer break or school break camps that are available within your location. So it will be on two different pages. So if you were looking in for whatever reason, the Great Outdoors is all booked up and you still need some type of camp available for your child, you can go through this link as well and search to what's available in your area and go through the same process and use the same promotional code as well. And then similar to the Great Outdoors, it'll show you, this one's at, was it Salish C Elementary. It'll go over what the pricing is, any frequently asked questions. If you wanted to get more information or wanted to send information to that particular camp, you can do that using the contact us on the right-hand side as well.
Ryan, that's how we identify who's not from here, is when people can't say some of the location words here. It's
I know,
Salish.
being originally from Massachusetts, when people try to say certain town names, I do the same thing. You just kind of laugh. You're like, all right, I know exactly if you are or not from here. So I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, any questions, even outside of this, or if you're watching this recorded and you have questions or want more detailed information, send me an email. I'll get that over to you as quickly as possible. Or even if there's a unique situation and you need me to help navigate that for you, let me know as well.
Thanks, Ryan. I do see that there are some questions. Let's see. If you work or live out of state, but plan to be in Washington during the summer, can the benefits still work? And Don, I want to say that KinderCare and Bright Horizons are nationwide programs, so they should work nationwide.
Yeah, if you're living in South Carolina where I am and you're going out to Seattle for a week or two over the summer and you want to sign up your child, you can utilize any of the camps that are available nationwide. So there's no restrictions on geographical location when it comes to utilizing your benefit.
Same with Bright Horizons.
Another question we got is, are Champ Camp at schools outdoors as well?
I know they do. I would assume that they do have certain activities that are outdoors. If there is a particular location, I can see what kind of their breakdown looks like of what their daily activities are. But I can get that information as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Ryan.
You see any other questions, Sebastian?
Nope. I think that was the only one.
Great. All right, well, thank you so much, Ryan.
Yes, thank you.
And then we'll go ahead and pass it off to Leslie. How are you, Leslie?
I am great. It's been really fun listening to all the information about these programs. Some of these things were new to me, and I've been here a long time. So very, very exciting. So thanks for having me. I am the director of the Youth and Teen Programs here at the University of Washington. The Youth and Teen Programs are a UW-sponsored program through Continuum College, which, as you may know, is the extension arm of the university. And I am just one of a variety of UW-sponsored youth programs that run here at the University of Washington. And we do run programs now all year round, but I'm going to focus on the summer. So our programs run as half-day experiences. So a half-day experience would be either 9 a.m. to noon or 1 to 4 over a 2-week period of time. We run for 8 weeks. So as you can see, we have 4 2-week windows of session dates that folks can think about when they're trying to build a summer schedule. We start right after the schools release their students for the summer, and we run until late August. All of our courses, except for a very small handful, run either on campus. We also have online classes now. The classes that run off campus are run at our Puget Sound Plaza downtown Seattle location, and they're for high school students, and they focus on coding classes. I will mention that back kind of to the previous slide where we talk about the half-day experiences. So parents can sign up their students for a morning and an afternoon class. So in essence, creating a full day experience for their student. So students can arrive at 9 and stay with us until 4 and participate in a supervised lunch from 12 to 1. So in essence, they are with us all day. Youth and Teen Programs currently does not offer wraparound care. So students have to arrive close to 9 and be picked up close to 4 o'clock. I think we can continue. Yeah. So the Youth and Teen Programs is an academically oriented program. We focus on providing kids with sort of ways to engage their brains over the summer. So we have a lot of STEM and arts humanities topic courses. Our instructors in the program try to create experiences in the summer that, and I think they're very successful at this, at creating really unique experiences that are going to contrast perhaps somewhat from what students experience when they're in school. This is, you know, we're not remedial, we're not summer school. We're really meant to kind of expose students to topics and subjects that maybe they don't have the opportunity to do in school. So unique, I think, I guess is the word that I would use to describe our program. We have the instructors in our program. The majority of them are certified classroom teachers from public and private schools in the greater Seattle area. We also have some specialists in our program who come with very specific kinds of subject area expertise. For example, we run architecture classes that are taught by architects. We have coding classes that are taught by software engineers. But we also have a mix of very experienced classroom teachers as well. And then in terms of our instructional assistants, all of our classes have either 2 instructors or an instructor with an instructional assistant. All of our instructional assistants are typically UW students who often come with sort of subject area expertise as well, so they can support the content of the class. And they are generally very, very stellar individuals. We love them. We offer programming for students 4th grade all the way up through high school. So in terms of our elementary courses, this is just a selection of what, I'm not going to talk about each individual course, but this gives you an idea of kind of the scope of classes and the scope and breadth of the classes that we offer. And online, we have fewer courses that run online, but we do have some courses online as well for elementary students. And then if you want to go to the next slide, this is just a sampling of our middle school courses. And what I would strongly suggest is that if having your student on campus in the summers in this kind of a program is something of interest, to please visit our website. We've been open for registration since the middle of February. So we do have many courses that are open, but we do have courses that have already gone to wait lists or full. So definitely check out the website, take a look at the course selection, the catalog, and see if there are things there that you think your child might have an interest in. And these are just some of our high school courses. Again, offering more online offerings for high school, but also in person as well. Again, as I mentioned, registration opened last month, so we will keep all the courses that are open as long as possible to register as many students as we can. Courses generally stay open until about 2 weeks before a course starts. So we even have folks joining us even, you know, if something is open right up until the summer. So as long as something's open, we're going to continue to enroll students. And then I would encourage folks to, if there's a class that looks really exciting, but it's already gone to wait list, please go ahead and sign up on the wait list. It is still somewhat early. You know, we're not quite at April yet. So plans change. People's summers are not quite set yet. Sometimes families will, you know, kind of enroll their student in something and then realize, oh, I didn't realize we were going to need to be out of town that week. So sign up on the wait list. When a space becomes available in our class that's gone to wait list, we just it's an automated process. You get a ping, it says space is available. Let us know if you want it. And you have a couple of days to check your calendars and respond back if they want, you know, if that's a spot you want to grab up. And then I just will say about the discount topic that came up in some of the other presentations. We do offer discounts to UW faculty and staff. I believe it's 15%, and the 15% discount is applied when you access our online registration system and sign in with your net ID. And then I just will also say that the youth and teen programs is one of a variety of UW sponsored youth programs that run in the summer. And I would just encourage you, this link that you'll get in the slides afterwards will take you to a directory. I don't know if you want to click on it, Jessica, but I don't know if it actually, what's kind of cool if it works is that, oh, cool, look at that. You can actually put in different kinds of filters here, and it will search and give you a result that kind of hopefully hones down the list. I would say that this is not necessarily as complete even as all the programs across the university are available, but it's maintained as best. We don't maintain it, but it's a good resource. It's a good resource. I think I've talked kind of fast, but I think I've covered everything unless there are questions.